Hi everyone, how's it going? I want to talk a bit about the abortion issue because it looks like we have a few different states are have bills to attempt passing laws. So it looks like you got the conservative states are passing laws to restrict access to abortion, and then you have the leftist states have bills that would not only allow abortion all the way through the ninth month, but some of these states are passing laws that would legalize the murder of a newborn infant up to I don't know how many days. I guess it depends on which state, right? Some of them uh, look like it go up to a week, maybe even longer. But my perspective as being a woman my entire life, I never bought that argument that one side uh, always said that, well, men should shut their mouths on this. They shouldn't offer up an opinion on the abortion issue because they're men, and men are never going to be pregnant, so they have no right to opine on the abortion issue. Now, as a woman, and I've been a woman my entire life, I never agreed with this. I think a couple analogies to it, maybe not totally apropos or totally hold up, but to some extent, it's kind of like saying that if you're not a gun owner, you have no place to opine on any gun laws being proposed or existing gun laws. Or if you're not a drug addict, you shouldn't opine on legality of different drugs. So I never, as a woman, I never bought that argument that one side used to always say that oh, a man should not opine on the abortion issue. And now that same side, I don't know if they could really make that argument anymore because that same side that said men should never opine on the issue, that side is now saying that men can menstruate, men can breastfeed, and men can give birth. So if men can do all those things, I guess now they'd have to say that men are allowed to opine on the abortion issue. Well, that side never really seems to be very honest. A lot of their policies are based on bumper sticker slogans, right? They chant things like "My body, my choice." Now, that's a complete lie when it comes to the abortion issue because the life that is being snuffed out in an abortion is not the woman's body. It's a body inside of her body, but it's not her body. And those people that made that argument, a lot of those people were not agreeing with the my body, my choice argument when it came to uh, attempts by certain agencies or certain people that wanted to mandate and force an experimental injection that has high potential of adverse side effects. These people really don't believe in the slogan, my body, my choice. So, they're not intellectually honest when it comes to what it seems like many, many issues, and some would say all. They just say what they think they need to say at that moment to get done what they want to get done, whatever they want to happen, any way they bring it about. For them, I guess it seems like they always think that the ends justify the means, regardless of what those means are. Now, let me talk about, my perspective as a woman about abortion, and also just a little personal bit of information about me. Aside from being a woman my entire life, I've also been pregnant a couple times, and I miscarried on both of those occasions. So I bring that perspective to the conversation. And, you know, I think that the United States of America has or supposed to have a federalist system in place. And therefore, uh, the Constitution enumerates certain powers to the federal government. And my understanding is all other powers to regulate and pass laws that are not enumerated to the federal government are supposed to be in the hands of the people themselves or in the individual states. So my take on abortion is, well, step one, I think the abortion laws should be delegated to the state level. So then we have 50 different states, each have their own laws regarding abortion. And if you don't like the laws in one state, you're free to move to another state. And, I think there's certain things that the federal government just should get out of. So amongst this, I would say is abortion, drugs, right? I think most drugs, if not all drugs, should be legal, but I don't think the federal government should get into all that. I think that the federal government should leave that up to each state. Um, a state like California would probably allow rampant abortions everywhere and be more inclined to legalize most drugs. I don't think that the government should be telling anybody what to put in their body, what not to put in their body. They shouldn't force you to take an experimental injection that doesn't have a proven safe track record, and it's not proven to be effective for what it claims to be effective for. But on the other hand, if you want to take any type of drug, whether you're injecting it in your vein or you're snorting it up your nose or smoking it through a pipe, whatever, sitting back with the six pack, right? I don't think the government should be telling me I can't come home at the end of the week on a Friday evening, and if I want to light up a blunt and pour myself a glass of wine, I should be free to do both of those things. If I want to lay out a few lines and have a couple friends over and do some blow, I think that should be our choice. Now, I think maybe there are some drugs that have very high potential for damaging and dangerous results. Maybe those could be made illegal or possibly more heavily regulated. But just doing drugs because I want to relax and unwind, or especially a drug like psychedelics, mushrooms, those things are harmless. Those things are actually being studied to treat a variety of things, from stuff such as PTSD, anxiety, depression. A lot of people say those drugs are definitely a way to explore consciousness. So, I think that when it comes to stuff like abortion and drugs and, a lot of stuff, even, I don't know, I was going to say marriage, but, maybe the government should be completely out of the business of dealing with marriage. And then you have the whole same-sex marriage thing. If the government's not involved in that, then the government has nothing to say about it. And you leave it up to one's own spiritual, religious, or church-affiliated beliefs. But, I don't think that our government really wants to abdicate any power that it already has. Once any government takes power, it's almost never going to give that power up. So the power to regulate our lives, control our lives, tell us what drugs we're supposed to take, and tell us which drugs we're not allowed to take. Good luck having that be restored, having those choices in our lives restored to ourselves. So I think that's going to do it for this video. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a bit. I was getting, maybe it's all those drugs I did back in the 60s. Make me experience some potato Joe cognitive decline there, where I kind of just shake nobody's hand and stare off into space. But hey, let me know what you think. Don't you think that it'd be better off to have more than what we have today, more laws sent back to local governments, maybe state government? Then you could have, 50 different states with 50 different set of laws for stuff like what drugs are legal and not, whether you can get an abortion, different types of stuff. And then if you're living in a particular state and you don't like it, you move to another state. I think that was the intention of leaving laws to the states, so that every state could have its own little culture, right? So, I mean, we do have that to some extent, but I think it was supposed to be to a greater extent. Yeah, we have a culture as a country, but then if you go to California, things are going to be a lot different than if you're in Alabama. And if you go to Connecticut, it's different than Alaska, which is different from Hawaii. And I think that's the whole idea of a federalist system, so that you get different flavors with the laws and cultures and, slightly different takes on stuff in each different state. And people can move about to go live where it suits them the most. But comment down below and let me know what you think. If you think that's a good idea to have more of a federalist system than we have now, and put these different laws in the hands of the state and local governments instead of mandating things on a federal level. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.